Sunshines! I just couldn't help myself. I had to film this one today to put it up today because NaNoWriMo is just around the corner, and I am kind of surprised that there hasn't been a NaNoWriMo Tag video before now, but leave it to Kristina, the all-time NaNoWriMo champ, to bring us just that, the NaNoWriMo Tag. So without further ado, let's dive into the questions. Question number 1. How many years have you done NaNoWriMo? I've recently updated my Nano novel page to include all the years that I've competed, even though most of those years I haven't actually won. But I recently did this, so I have an accurate count, which is 6 years. Question number 2. How did you first find out about NaNoWriMo? Because of my sister, Kimmy. Kimmy was doing NaNoWriMo. Actually, I think she might have done it the year before. Possibly not. I'm not entirely sure. But one year, I think it might have been 2008, I kind of just stumbled upon my sister holed up in her bedroom with her laptop, writing on her laptop, and when I asked her what she was doing, she said she was working on NaNoWriMo, which was National Novel Writing Month. So it was because of Kimmy that I found out about NaNoWriMo, and I believe I began that year late, and I didn't finish. I didn't finish any of my early times that I competed, but Kimmy did. She was very, very dedicated to NaNoWriMo consistently, and I was always impressed. Question number 3. What was the name of the first novel you attempted to write with NaNoWriMo? The first novel I attempted to write with NaNoWriMo in 2008 was called The Dream Catcher. Question number 4. Give us a 1-sentence summary of the novel you are writing this year. Essentially, my novel this year follows our protagonist, who is a ghost, and begins to wonder what happens to ghosts when they die. Question number 5. What's the best writing advice you've ever been given? I read a lot. I've written for quite a while. I listen to a lot of people talk about their processes because it's just really interesting to me. But I think that the one answer that we're going to find over and over again to this question is to write often. A lot of people might say write daily, and I would definitely encourage that if you can. But yeah, the best writing advice that I've heard is to just write. I used to write in my journal every single day, and I so miss those days, but I was better at forming sentences and working with words, and my vocabulary was more robust, I think, when I was doing that. And I aspire to get back to a point when I am writing in my own personal, like, memoir journal, if you will, every single day, whether that's writing a poem down or writing just thoughts of the day, whatever that might be. I think writing often coupled with the bonus of reading often and reading a lot also is pretty sound writing advice. Just being exposed to other people's worlds and universes and way of writing really can help you figure out what you like when you're writing, and also maybe what you don't like. So write often, read often. Do them together. Question number 6. Have you ever taken a year off from Nano? If so, why? The answer is yes. I believe I've taken 2 years off from NaNoWriMo, and there are lots of reasons for that. Mostly school and work happened one year, life events happened another year, and just that compounding of life kind of forced me away from a lot of internet things at a certain time in my life. But that's why I have, and I may have broken that streak, but my passion for writing and my passion for NaNoWriMo haven't changed since I first began. Question number 7. What's your biggest inspiration in figuring out what you want to write? I think to Kristina's point, this one I tend to think of books that I like to read or books that I have not read much of in the past year, and maybe see if there's something that I would like to attempt in that genre. You know, just to kind of try to mix it up a little bit or fill some void. But also, I just sort of let ideas hit me. I usually will get a theme in my mind that I really want to pursue. Last year I rewrote the beginnings of a novel I started in 2013 and never finished. I hadn't seen the idea of that novel to its full yet, so I wanted to try it again in 2014, and that idea, that theme, was I wanted to write an LGBTQ novel set in history. So historical fiction with an LGBTQ theme. That's kind of how I tend to find my ideas, is a theme will kind of come to me, or I'll get stuck on like one singular notion and I have no idea what that will look like to write an LGBTQ historical fiction or to write a book about ghosts, but I start at that, whatever that idea, that theme that comes to me might be, and I try to build on that based on conversations that I have with friends like Kristina and Emily and my friend Avery, and they're kind of like my main go-to writing buddies, and so I just bounce ideas off of them and throw ideas past them, and just talking with them helps me build upon those themes that I get, because they can tend to be very singular or very focused. Question number 8. Read us the first sentence from one of your novels. I definitely tweeted last year the first 1 or 2 sentences from my last year's novel, so I'm going to read to you the first sentence from my very first Nano novel in 2008. In life, things are never perfect, but things aren't always wrong. Question number 9. Why do you love writing? I have always loved writing. I have always loved artistic outlets. Writing, reading, dancing, singing, being on stage, being on film. I've always really enjoyed these artistic endeavors and artistic outlets, and writing has just always been something that has been a way for me to express myself to myself. I've always written stories from a very young age, and I think it's because I've always read, and reading has always been super important and a super big part of my life. My mom read to us from, we were babies. My mom was always reading to us, but reading was always a way for me to transport myself into someone else's life, into a different world. So it just was a thing that happened. I had to write because I had all these ideas, and in a lot of ways too, I journaled for the majority of my life, and journaling was a way for me to talk to myself and self-reflect and really get to know myself. I just have always loved writing, and it's always been something that I've done, and in lots of different ways: poetry, journaling, whatever it might have been at the time, fiction writing. So that's why I love writing. Alright you guys, well that has been the NaNoWriMo tag as inspired by my good friend Kristina. If you watched this video and you were interested in doing this tag as well, please do. If you're writing a novel for the first time for NaNoWriMo, congratulations, I'm so excited for you. If this is not your first time writing for NaNoWriMo, we're in this together. I can't wait to begin. And if you aren't going to write a novel this year with NaNoWriMo, that's okay too. You don't have to. But I just thought I would share this video because it was fun and a cool way for us NaNoWriMo writers to maybe just see what each other thinks about this month that we are about to embark on right around the corner. I'm not going to tag anybody. Kristina didn't. Don't feel pressured to do this video, but please, if you were inspired by it or if you want to do this NaNoWriMo tag, please do it. Just a cool way to get us all pumped up and thinking about November, because it's about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks away. I don't really know where we're at in the month of October. All of my Friday videos for the month of November are going to be about NaNoWriMo. They're going to be NaNoWriMo themed, just like I did last year, hopefully on topics that you guys want to hear from. I've gotten a few responses on Twitter suggesting topics that you guys would like to see a video on. If you have any other ideas or would like to request a sort of topic or a theme for a NaNoWriMo video, please leave a comment down below. Be sure to check out Kristina's original NaNoWriMo tag video because she has some great insight, and she is going on her 10th year this year, which is so super exciting. It's incredible. It's really, really cool. Yeah, so there you go. That is my NaNoWriMo tag and my thoughts on this wonderful noveling month that we are about to begin. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Halloween is right around the corner, and to celebrate, I thought I would everywhere. And the girl that I talked to and I sort of had a consultation with uses this makeup every single day. She uses it all